Welcome back to Persona Q Shadow of the Labyrinth. Last time we explored the territory of the Vermilion Bird of the South, and now we'll be heading into the territory of the White Tiger of the West. Firstly though, let's sell some of these items. We've got actually a few new things, both from the Okina and also from the new Power Spot items. That wasn't nearly as much money as I thought it would be though. We've got quite a few weapons. We can also finally buy the Skrelp weapon from Mitsuru. I always call that Skrelp, even though it's actually not. By the way, Yukari is apparently an incarnation of Link, because she has this. Yeah. Oh, I should probably save up for that. Although Speed Eater is somewhat decent. I don't think I've ever seen the paralysis effect from the electric rod, so I might as well get Mitsuru the Eternal Blade. That is a very cool weapon name. Might as well get Koromaru a new dog suit. Okay, let's sacrifice these two fodder personas I picked up to Oyama Tsumi. Won't quite get power charge, but we'll get close. And that's all I can do there. Mother Harlot still requires too many personas that I want. Okay, so here's what I've gone with in terms of party and personas. You got the same one. I've switched Oyama Tsumi over to I guess. I still want to use Chie because, hey, she complained earlier about not being used much. Mitsuru has Black Frost, Koromaru has Black Rider, and Fuga obviously has a Navigator persona. Now, as much as I do like Alraune, even though Salome's Kiss is pretty hard to pass down, I just looked up, and like I thought, Mother Harlot does eventually learn Salome's Kiss, so I might want to focus on getting her soon. Anyway, equipment, I've pretty much gone with similar stuff. One of the Power Spot items will give Aigis better armor, so I'm just holding out on that to upgrade her armor. Oh, and that pretty standard Koromaru has his new armor. Okay, now we've healed and put away our excess equipment at Theodore's. Let's go. Time to head west. I'm not entirely sure where Head West Young X comes from. I mostly know it from the Name of a Pokemon episode. Go West Young Meowth, I believe it was. I think that's one of the episodes in the first Pokemon series that I missed. There was a large period of time between, I think about between, I forget, like between like late into the series, like between Giovanni's Gym and the Pokemon League. I don't really recall many episodes past that. Also, there is one of the gates. I know there was a weird episode with Farfetch'd in there. There was an episode where Bruno appeared, but yeah, like I said, I really have no recollection of those episodes at all.
There's a treasure box up ahead. It appears the torch has gone out.
For a second, it sounded like Mitsuru was correlating those two.
I suggest we investigate.
And a torch here. Oh, okay then. Yeah, I just realized something. This torch right here, I'm pretty sure you can never light this torch now. Don't worry about that, because it'll be automatically lit for a side quest a little bit later on. Ah, here's a new enemy.
I don't have full data about them.
Understood. I'll clear them out.
The Immortal Gigas. Fortunately, its name isn't literal. It's weak to wind, but it resists a whole lot of other things. It, in fact, resists every physical element except for strike. So, how do I do this? Let's try and set up a Decay Circle. Chie is not going to be great here, but I suppose she can try and Gale Link one of them. I guess can set up Dragon Cry. I don't think I'll go for Shura Tensei here. This fight's probably not really worth using that on. I could try for a Mudon as well on one of them. Come on, Cerberus, let's get one of them. Nope. Yes, in contrast to the earlier Hulk Hogans, these are Hulk Hogans with glow-in-the-dark paints. Oh, right, Megaton Press. That has a chance of knockdown, also speaking of Bestial Roar. They can use it too. But they're now panicked, so that's probably fine. Gale doesn't really mean that much when you're going last, but still. Well, almost last. I guess unfortunately got knocked down.
That enemy is weak to wind.
Okay then, these enemies are going to take a little while to finish off. So, while this is going on, I guess I can mention that, kind of a weird tangent, but I guess I can just myriad arrows here. Mitsuru doesn't really have a lot to do either, but I guess you can go for the instant death effect on that weapon. What actually taught me how to remember directions was playing Where in Time is Carmen Sandiego. I don't know how many people here are aware of that game, but it was basically like a point-and-click adventure game that I always really enjoyed as a kid, and it taught me a lot about history. I like to say that I learned half my history from Age of Empires and the other half from that. But yeah, there was one of the longer cases in that game actually involved Christopher Columbus and the voyage to what he thought was China, but he actually ran into another land, which turned out to be America, in the middle of that journey. But anyway, basically there's a sailing minigame during that chapter, and during that minigame they explain to you that Columbus sailed west, and so you should be sailing west too. For the first half of it, because you do have to play the minigame twice, once getting to where Columbus is, and once getting back to Spain. But for the first part of it, you're supposed to make sure you're always going either south or west, and so I learned to remember that west is towards America and east is towards Spain. I don't know if anyone has any other funny stories from their childhood about how they remembered certain things. Yeah, I suppose in terms of, I was talking in an earlier part about that study session with Junpei, and everyone has their own methods of studying. By the way, here's the full map of the floor. Yep, it's still it still takes up the entire space allotted for maps. But yeah, everyone has their own study methods. I guess with me, I do learn a lot of things from games. Well, you have access to that. And you can repeat your actions twice, like the ones earlier in the floor. Like the ones earlier in this dungeon. That is really, really bad. So yeah, panic or strength bind these things as soon as you possibly can. I thought that might happen, which means Mitsuru misses out on the experience. Well, at least your persona finally leveled up. And there we go, there's Power Charge. Which I guess already has, but I might as well keep this. And at this point, the rest of all Yamatsumi's skills are pretty much worthless to me. Power Charge is all I really wanted. That and all of the inherited skills. Can't go that way. I'm guessing I can't go that way either. Nope. Yeah, Rakam seems to revive for a lot with Healing Hands in effect. I guess it restores 75% of max HP instead of 50% with that working. Because I think it's a 25% buff to healing, although I'm not entirely sure. Oh, you guys are back. Of course you are.
It's an FOE. Stay on your guard.
It's been a while since I dealt with these guys. I've kind of forgotten how to deal with them. Don't think they've actually seen me yet, though. They're just content to patrol back and forth. Okay, good. I'm gonna try and slip past them for now. Because it's easier to map out these rooms once you have fire. Though it seems like they're not gonna go onto the bottom row either. This room's actually kind of interesting because it's gonna be important for a side quest a little bit later in the game.
Eustace Oiken Eidolon confirmed.
If you do this right, you can actually map out most of this area without the fast guys ever seeing you. Head over here. I just want to make sure I can map out these tiles. Yep, and you're going straight back. And there we go. Hi, fast guy. And hi, other fast guy. Yep, let's use the Byakko more right now. Not take any chances.
There's one enemy, but it's strong. Be careful. It's so big. Where do I kick it?
Well, maybe in the eyes, I guess? I was about to say face, but its entire lower torso is its face, and I feel like kicking its mouth would not work, because it would probably just close its jaws on your foot. But anyway, I guess I can show the fight with this thing, because it didn't really get to put up much of a fight last time. So yeah, this is the Indignant Machine. And it is weak to electric attacks, which I don't have many of on this group. But I could go for a Link, I guess. Oh, I guess it does have Bolt Link. I think I'll set up Dragon Cry first, though. And yeah, normally I just like to spam instant death on these enemies because they are vulnerable to it, even though they resist it. And they have a ton of HP otherwise. But yeah, the machine-type shadows, I believe, were exclusive to P4. I don't remember seeing anything like this in P3, and they have a wide variety of designs. Like, some of them do look more mechanical, some of them look like, Power Rangers, mechs.
Just as I calculated. Just as I calculated.
Designs, and yeah, they can attack twice per turn, and their attacks have a chance to splash. So, they are fairly strong, but, like I said, they're not, like, instant death tends to break them fairly easily. In fact, I might as well go for straight-up Myriad Arrows on this thing, even though I guess it's already lost a little bit of SP. I guess we can try, let's see what an Augear-moded, Bolt Link combo does. Of course, I guess doesn't have any additional Link skills, though, so that might not be a good idea, at all. Suppose Mitsuru can attack for her instant death chance.
Augear mode.
And there's Poison. Poison's pretty effective against these things too. Haven't really seen Poison in a while. I have noticed something about my Persona fusions. Because I've been using a lot of physical ones lately, I haven't actually been passing down Impure Reach plus Tentarafu onto a lot of things. Yeah, it has access to a lot of elemental physical skills as well. And be prepared to see a lot of poison damage. Wow. Not much at all, huh?
Her battle power has increased. Full power.
I felt for sure it would be taking more damage from that, but... Okay then. Wait, really? You don't have enough SP at all to use Mind's Eye. Yeah, Cheer's low SP pool is kind of a problem with her sometimes. Yeah, may as well just go for a straight-up Myriad Arrows, even though it's not going to be doing as much as the super version of Myriad Arrows.
Persona, rise up.
It still does a lot, though.
The battle has ended.
Yeah, even with only part of the super combo set up, we still do ridiculous damage with Myriad Arrows. It's funny how I guess Augear mode never really saw much use in Persona 3, but here it's insanely good. Now that's interesting. Do I use that for my compendium copy of you, or do I stick with the Impure Reach Mahama-on version? Given how good instant death in this game, probably the Mahama-on version.
Experience we gain.
And Machine Mallet's going to give me access to some more stuff. I think I already got a Machine Mallet earlier, though.
Let us go.
It's an FOE. Stay on your guard.
Okay, you're going to turn around. And we slip past them. This room's going to be a little different to get past once we've accepted a certain side quest. It's one of the few side quests that accepting the side quest completely changes the labyrinth. At least in one respect. Yeah, that is true. The FOEs in here are pretty terrifying.
Yes.
Yes, such as brutally killing you.
Mm-hmm. What?
I guess, I think I've heard something similar about it's hard to break a bundle of sticks together.
Yay!
Nope. But
No.
No!
Triple combo!
um
Okay, that request I was talking about is available right now.
Thanks.
You know, I wonder if we should actually do that during this episode, because if we don't, then there'll be a huge backlog of side quests to deal with at the end of this labyrinth.
huh? What's that over there?
We have a second event here. The red bird protects the southern land. Yeah, well, we've already kind of been there. And unfortunately, it seems like our first lead led us to a place that gave us a lead that takes us back to where we came from, so we have no idea which of the other animals is in the other directions. Or do we? If you know the mythology behind these, also, this room is really annoying. I hate this room because sweaty guys are back.
Confirmed.
And they're overlapping as well. Uh-oh, are you gonna jump there or there? It could really be either. Okay, I took a gamble and won. Okay, they seem to go in synchronized diagonals.
Haha! Yes! A treasure box!
Let's not go for that treasure box just yet.
That enemy!
Okay, that's really lucky. 3 of them?
Let's defeat them.
Let's hope that this actually works. Let's see. So, at least one of all of these has got a stick, right? Let's see. I hope one of them doesn't just use Mood or Hammer, whatever it is they have. I know they have one instant death skill. Lethargy Circle, and we got 2 of them.
Around it. What the?
And that was a complete fail.
Here I go.
But as I was saying, if you know the mythologies behind the celestial animals, then you might actually be able to figure out what directions they're all in. So, the vermilion bird being associated with south and the white tiger being associated with the west are actually accurate to their original mythologies.
I shall finish that commencing volley.
And we'll actually be finishing this fight with a pursuit attack.
Target destroyed.
So, following that,
Instant kill.
it means that that Genbu, the black turtle, is going to be north, and Seiryu, the azure dragon, is going to be to the east. That didn't seem to give me as much experience as I'd hoped. Soul food, that's kind of new. I think that was an item in Persona 4, but I don't think it was in Persona 3. All SP for one ally, nice. I think there was a full SP restore item in P3 though. Hi, sweaty guys. Please go away. I don't want no sweat today. Yeah, and all these pools of water all over the place also make it really awkward to get around. I almost pressed back instead of forward, and that would have ended really badly. I'm just going to go ahead here and map out some spots. Uh-oh. I'm stuck again. See how useful the Goba K More is? Aren't you glad they gave it to you as your reward for completing the first floor? I'm glad. Very, very glad.
Careful, there's an FOE here.
Well, it's like a checkerboard of FOE territory in this place. But at least we can cover that. I think we've covered this whole room now. Okay, I suppose I can talk about the 4 symbols, or the 4 celestial animals there. They're called a lot of different things, minus the fact that they really should be Pokemon, but for some reason aren't at this point. They all represent an element and also a season.
Careful.
So, as you'd probably expect,
FOE right there!
yep, these things are back. Probably not what you expected, but anyway, Suzaku represents summer, Seiryu represents spring, Byakko represents autumn, and Genbu represents winter. They also represent an element. So, obviously Suzaku is fire, and Genbu is water, but Seiryu actually represents wood,
Can we
and
check out that wall
Byakko
over
represents
there?
metal.
Something about
Those
rock.
are some of the classical Chinese elements, which are different to the traditional Greek elements.
Persona! Extermination complete. The stronger the enemy, the more experience we gain.
Well, that's just pretty self-explanatory.
Here
But
we
okay
go.
then, the next step is to light that torch, and yeah. Oh, right, we can't actually get back. This is also what the Gobake Maw is useful for. Yeah, I'm used to the pilgrimage doors now, which are permanently open after you've opened them once, not so for the fire doors. Okay, from here... 1, 2, 3... 4, 5, 6, 7... Yep, that's fine.
Watch it. We're close to an FOE.
Here's where things become problematic, though. I hate this room
The
so
torch
much.
has
You
gone
might
out.
notice that there's a sweaty guy up there, jumping in a diamond pattern. It is so easy to screw yourself over in this room, it is insane. Because you can very easily stick this Kawakashu in exactly the wrong place. And that shortcut there is one way. Yeah, see right there? It's now stuck in the middle. I really, really don't like this room.
The fire's gone out.
Because it's so easy to accidentally run into that guy while you're trying to scare away the other thing.
An FOE. Escape immediately. I vote we run away.
I do too, but hopefully it actually works. Well, I guess succeeded at least. And we unfortunately take a step back if we run into the thing. And our fire is gone, so that thing is still blocking the path. Like I said, this is probably my least favorite room in the entire labyrinth, by the way. But I have always wanted to... I have always wanted to see wood and metal as elements in the game. Like, weirdly enough, the closest game to having them, like the closest RPG to having them as elements is Pokemon. Oh, because the Kawakashu is right at the end, this thing is stuck jumping between these three spots. I think I've actually messed this up.
If we fight, we should go for broke.
Because Pokemon has Grass type, I guess, and also the Steel type.
It's useless.
Sword Breaker is occasionally useful against Spin Slash, though it's kind of unreliable. Okay, if we get it
torch has gone
stuck
out.
there, maybe that will make this easier? Because that effectively blocks the FOE from coming... Except doesn't quite block it from coming down there. So moving it up there forces the FOE to move backwards?
The fire's gone out.
torch
Oh,
has gone out.
okay. So using the fire to push that thing out of the way while the FOE
Yeah,
is
you know
here
that. You're still getting kicked.
causes it to be forced to move to the side. That's how you solve that. Still, I hate this room. This is by far my least favorite room, possibly in the entire game. Okay, please tell me the FOE is not moving after this battle ends. Because that would be kind of bad. No, it seems to still be behind me. That's
Isn't
good.
your energy low?
So now I can go
Why don't you
here.
head back for now? The wall
And
ahead
now we
is
can
projecting large amounts
skip
of
past that puzzle
fishiness.
whenever we want.
Oh crap! Oh crap! There's an FOE right there!
Can I ever step on that tile? Guess I'll have to do that later.
I will be going on ahead.
And finally, here we are
Can we check out that
at
wall
the
over there?
Byakko gate.
Something about it bothers me.
So Byakko was here the fourth and final one. So let's mark you as number 4. That's also one way, let's not take that yet. Okay, so that should be this whole area apart from that one floor tile mapped out.
Come on over here!
It's an FOE. Stay on your guard.
Okay, good, we can actually get that one now. Guess we can get this one too. 48%. Are there any tiles in here that I have not covered yet? Don't know what that's doing there. Well, there is one way we can easily find out. We've got the chest here.
There are enemies this dangerous here?
No, we've actually explored this whole area. Good. So now I can start to mark it out, except this is where... Me marking this out in white makes the map a little hard to read, because to me it looks a little bit too similar to the color for empty spaces. So there's Byakko's... Wait, no. So there's Byakko's realm mapped out. Now it's time to head back. And maybe we'll pick up that request from Theodore. Lost. Prototype arrow. Looks like Theodore's working on arrows again.
This quest is... I apologize for the wait.
Thank you very much.
What were you doing in a room with an FOE? I guess you're powerful enough to handle them. The Theodore mark 64, 65, and 66.
I will be counting on you.
Theo.
Okay then. Well, again, Theodore is a super boss in Persona 3 for the female protagonist route, so he could have easily just Mega Dollar on them all.
I see.
However, that is the festival dudes. And we can't get those arrows without torchlight. We have to go into a room with festival dudes carrying the torch. And examining every inch of the room while we do so. This can only end well.
Well then.
Guess we may as well heal while we're here. Because we'll probably need it. And yeah, while we're here, let's save. Now, for consistency's sake, I might as well go back in with the same party. I don't think we need Aegis this time, or do we? Doesn't say we need Aegis. But I mean, we've got it with us anyway.
Let us go.
So you might notice a change already if you're looking closely at the map. And we'll see another change as we approach that room. Yep, that bonfire is lit now. The only way to light this bonfire is to accept this request. It's actually impossible to get fire to it otherwise. And so here we go. The moment that you accept this request, the two fast guys in this room are replaced with festival dudes. And the festival dudes will stay here for the rest of the game. So those two fast guys are permanently gone.
But
So yeah, we have to brave this.
However,
it's in your hands.
With the festival dudes. While we comb every inch of this room. At least you're relatively safe if you go under their shrine.
I got your back. Let's see.
Make a strength check. And natural one. Well, the second time succeeded. 64.
Is that so?
Oh no. Well, I guess you're about to see what happens if you run into these guys.
Oh, an FOE! Please run! If we fight, we should go for broke.
Here are the festival dudes. I am going to immediately use a Vanish Ball. Probably on Gary Stu because he has Endure. Yeah, I have 3 of these. I may as well use them. While also having everyone else attempt to run.
It's impossible to continue fighting.
That is why you don't want to try fighting these things, by the way.
All right.
Craze Slash hits random targets. I was actually absurdly lucky that they all hit Aegis. Because that can very easily hit your entire party, and yeah. So yeah, now you know why I was avoiding fighting those guys. And I ran into them again.
An FOE! Escape!
I guess I can try to run conventionally this time. Yeah, you might notice they're even faster than Koromaru.
Impossible to continue fighting.
Yeah, these guys are incredibly bad. I think they're going to move down. I think that might be why. Yep, they were going to move down.
The fire's gone out!
Okay, no fire. That means these things' movements are more predictable, but it also means we can't look for arrows. And now I have to revive Aegis again. You know, maybe the next time we run into them, hopefully there won't be a next time, but if there is, I'll have Aegis use body shield or whatever. So you're going to jump up or sideways next time? I feel like you're going to go sideways. Okay, good, I was right.
Oikein Eidolon confirmed.
And yeah, I thought they'd go up then. Okay, there's another signboard, so there should be an arrow stuck into it. I have a feeling this is going to follow the logic of it's always the last one you check.
For crying out loud.
And so, make a strength check, Shinjiro.
Let's get this over with. Bastard.
But he succeeded. 65. So we have one more to go. It looks like there's one more banner. Okay, good. This should be the last one. Because there are only 3 of them.
All right. That's true. However, calm down.
There doesn't need to be one this time.
Got it.
It's kind of interesting. The thing about unopenable pickle jars is kind of a thing in both Japanese and Western culture. I saw a manga about that. I mean, they were actually a jar of edamame, not pickles, but still, the whole thing about unopenable jars.
Let's go. Time for some action. All right.
This sounds very painful, actually. And that is the Mark 66, so we can finally get out of here.
Good.
Weird metaphors continue. Let's get out of here. No more fighting festival dudes.
This quest is...
So, hopefully he appreciates our
I
efforts.
apologize for the wait.
Why do I get the feeling, though, the arrow that we'll get from this is going to be immediately outclassed by the clock hands, which I might be able to afford now? Theodore number 66.
No wonder.
Yeah, that doesn't seem to apply to sub-personas, because if it did, we'd be getting Black Rider's thing about... I forget what that skill's called. The one that does a regular attack whenever... Judgment Sword, that's it. Because we're really close to that, I definitely want to get that skill. But anyway... The Theodore number 66 is okay then, wow. It pierces, it increases HP and SP, and I don't know what that mark, I don't know if that's either high critical hit or increased accuracy. Not entirely sure about that, but it is pretty strong. Yes, and with that we can make Aegis Armor V10, so you know what, we used Aegis a lot in this part, might as well get that. So, next time, we'll be exploring another one of the territories. I think we'll go to the east next time, so I will see you then.